grab your cocktails, grab your coffee, grab your tea, and also those biscuits. Sit back and listen to us underneath Divine Oracle Readings underneath Spotify, Tuesdays at 8 o'clock in the morning, or listen to us underneath YouTube, Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is right where we'll be discussing spiritual topics and the latest news with your hosts, Gypsy Lady Eva and Brother Chris.
We're live right now, and yes, this is Brother Chris and my beautiful, young, gorgeous, very gorgeous young lady is actually on the other line, and this is...
And away we go.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
So it's our first time in a very long time to be able to do the live shows. We do say thank you very much to everybody that's actually going to be popping in and out. If not, you guys can always play back actually on playback. And also do check out our Spotify channel. We do actually are now on Spotify. We're posted every single Tuesday at 7 o'clock in the morning. And Thursdays, usually we're posted on underneath here, which is YouTube at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But again, let's join us next week while we do live readings. Now, are you excited for that, Eva?
Yes, I am. We haven't done that in so long.
No, I know. It's been quite a while. So
we got to keep our skills up, you know.
So true, so true. So how has your week been, though?
You want that on a scale of 1 to 10 or in one big word?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all up to you, love.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 137. It has been very busy. I've made some tremendous medical advances, or that's not how I wanted to say it, but some wonderful health advances on my leg and on my lymphedema. So it's been a good week. That's not that I'm trying to make anyone feel sorry for me.
No, but that's awesome, though. That's awesome, though. I guess from the Queen and myself asking all of our viewers to basically send you the positive energy has been working.
Yes, it has. I have amazed the doctors that the leg has healed. The last time he saw me, which was 3 weeks ago, it had healed to 47%, and it is now 57%. In 3 weeks. Even he is amazed. And I said, that's what prayer does.
So true, so true. So I know a while ago that we did discuss prayer. So anybody that was missing actually in our past podcasts, again, let's check us out on Spotify. We're right now underneath the name of Divine Oracle Readings. And we're going to be changing that shortly. Do you remember what the name is going to be?
No.
All right. So the name, though, that we're going to eventually change it to is Divine Spiritual Messages.
I like that much better.
So yeah, we're gonna change that eventually, but that's what our channel is gonna be changed to. Again, those right now we're live here underneath.
So that's what all those people were here putting in wires and stuff to make it so I can get those messages.
Yes.
Aha! Oh, you know, I couldn't let that one go.
No. So true. It's like awesome. And I like the message though. It's actually on the cover. And it says, Eva, why are we so much off the wall? And your message back actually underneath our cover says, what off the wall? The wall's on us.
Yes.
So
and there's a problem.
Well, the thing though is I love that though. The reason why is because it's so true. It's exactly how we are together.
An eagle has literally landed. Oh, there he goes again. God, they're gorgeous. They are gorgeous. Yes, in where I'm at, which is in the thumb of Michigan, out on a farm, and we do have eagles in our area. And you'll see them flying around. They warn you not to leave any animals, pets out, because they will go after them. Because, you know, a lot of pets don't know how to really defend themselves.
Alrighty, so Eva was just having some technical problems. I was just explaining to her how exactly how to work with that though. But she can still see the message board. So if there's any messages that do come up, that's really wonderful. So yeah, Trevor and myself are right now getting ready for a big workshop sort of that's coming up in the last month of this month here in Stratford, Ontario. We're going to be doing another ghost walk. Too bad, Eva, too bad that you weren't with us for that one.
Oh, I would love to be.
So,
But on the other hand, maybe not. You might not be able to handle me. Ha ha ha.
it's like but yeah, Tuesday though we're doing something worldwide though. Now you've heard about Stratford, right? Not Stratford,
Yes, I
Ontario.
have.
All right. So all the Stratfords throughout the world are getting together, and we're doing a big celebration. So Trevor and myself, we're gonna be at the Stratford Perth Museum and doing another market.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How many Straffords are there in the world?
I think that there's 6 of them altogether.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
Well, my hometown, there is only one.
yes.
So sad.
well, for right where I live though, there's 2. There's one actually in British Columbia, and also one in Ontario. So for the people that don't know, Eva lives in the States, and I live here in Canada. So you do get.
God's country.
Is that what you call Canada?
I have to tell you, I thought of you when I saw this. Um, the doctor I went to today was in Port Huron, and we all know that Port Huron is right next to Sarnia,
Yes.
except there's a bridge you got to cross over. Well, of course, there's all kinds of signs all over, and the one said, Canada left. And I'm going like, Canada left? What happened?
That's quite comical. I love that. I love that. I love that.
But underneath it was left 1/4 mile.
Oh.
I saw that Canada left, and I'm going like, where did it go?
Well, it would have
What a
been
message.
it would have been cool to get a picture of that. Just and then cross out
I should have.
cross out the sign though that says like how many miles are left.
I just loved it. I just thought that was too perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
God.
so yeah, no, usually again those even we do a lot of great shows though. This week's though that's posted underneath here underneath YouTube and underneath Spotify. Eva basically did the show. She was a sweetheart. I was running into technical problems on my end, but the show was with our special guest, all the way from California, and that was with Tatiana.
I loved it.
So Eva,
She's as off the wall as we are.
yes. Eva and Tatiana talked about karma. Now, karma is a large thing that a lot of people
Yes.
don't realize. So that's going actually on.
And remember one thing about karma. Do not hit it with your dogma.
So true. So true. So true.
Sorry.
So, yeah. So again, those listen
You see
to
why we're off the wall.
yeah. So again, those
Sorry.
listen to that podcast. It was really great to actually have the 2 young ladies actually on the show, talking about karma, and yes, whatever you give, you get back 2 times more than anything. So go
You
ahead.
know, the one thing that, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The one thing that gets me about karma is you can call it karma. And I know several of my Christian friends get all bent out of shape about saying karma. I mean, that's, But if you look at the world's religion, the same thing appears again and again and again. As ye sow, so shall ye reap. What you give, you get back. Of course, those are the only 2 I can think of right off the top of my head. But the idea is that has appeared over and over and over and over. And it never ceases to amuse me when somebody stands there and say, well, karma, that's that Middle East stuff. That doesn't count. And I'm thinking, and what is the golden rule? Do unto others as you would have others do unto you.
Well spoken, and it is true though. It is 100% true.
I get upset about some of these
like
things,
us.
especially when it comes to religion.
Yeah. So another thing for karma though, lately underneath YouTube, I'm watching these car videos, and it's a great thing though because you're supposed because both drivers actually driving in North America. Even though most of the drivers are actually in the States compared to Canada, there's some within Canada. But the thing though is, some of the drivers though, if they're driving along, if they do something wrong, or even
I'm sorry?
if they do something wrong, like something against the law, right? They don't realize though that the police are right there, actually right on their butt. So yeah, karma does bite 3 times harder. It's like, gosh.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Eva, you got your cards by any chance?
Oh, okay. Just a minute.
No problem.
No, I don't. I thought I had them right here.
Okay.
We had a house cleaner come in this week, and she moved everything.
Don't you hate it when that happens? So.
To put it bluntly, yes.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do a quick minor little reading just about of how everything's going right now. I know within the States right now, say Carrot Top has been causing a ruckus again. He just recently got charged, and he's doing a big ruckus about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a small...
You want to get me started on that?
Hey, it's in the news. And our show, though, is actually to do with news and also spiritual meetings. Even though that tonight we're just kind of doing a general show, we're just going to see what actually goes on from there. So
I'm looking for my cards. I do have a deck I can.
And while that goes on, what's going to go on those? We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
The paranormal can happen at any time, so that's why our Etsy store is always open. Get your paranormal items from cleansing to protection to attraction, all available now on our Etsy store. Search Haunting Live.
Explore the Stratford Perth Museum with Trevor Bishop and Chris the Rock, both from Haunting Live podcast and Divine Oracle readings. They have been seen on national television shows and heard on radio stations throughout North America. This is your chance to explore this wonderful house and the haunting history that's within the building. September 10th, why not come out to the Stratford Perth Museum for the Indigenous Arts and Craft Market for celebration with the Cedar Hill Drumming Corps and dancers. This is absolutely free on September 10th from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. Another great podcast to listen to is Haunting Live Podcast with your host Trevor, interviewing tons of people throughout the world. Listen on any of your podcast providers.
Be sure to check out our new website at HauntingLivePodcast.com. That's again check out HauntingLivePodcast.com. We're back again, and yes, so Eva had to just get up, just try to find the cards. She just had somebody come through a couple of days ago and move things out from her. Were you able to get the cards by any chance?
Yes, I did.
All right, awesome. So again, what we're going to be doing just like before break, is that we're going to take a quick look actually at Carrot Top. He recently got discharged actually again in one of the states, and we're going to see what's going to go on from that. And even though it's causing ruckus again, like he always does, because he doesn't get it his way. So I'm going to go first. I'm going to let Lady Eva get everything going, and the cards I'm using right now are actually my animal oracle cards. I've actually had 2 cards already pop out, so I'm going to get those last. I'm going to do actually 3 cards and then get to those last 2 cards. All right, so oracle cards are more open than tarot cards. Tarot cards are more or less right to the point. These ones are larger area. So the first card I got though is a deer. And this one here is trust your instincts to guide you through the situation. So basically though is we have to trust our instincts, make sure that everything is going within the right way, within the states against them. The next one though that we're looking at though is a swan. And this one here is acceptance is accepting the beauty inside of all around us. Now, yeah, some people might be against them, might be with them, but still there's beauty. There's going to be actually an outcome of information that's going to come forward, which is going to shine a lot brighter light exactly on what actually all took place back. I think it was 2 years ago or last year, actually on the 6th of January. The next one though that we're going to be looking at though is Koala, and this one here is speak less, listen more. So that's one thing though that we have to do with him though, is speak less and listen more. Now the last two ones I just got though that popped out at first though, the first one is Hummingbird. It's joy, lighten up. Now with what's going actually on with North America, all right, lighten up. We have to move forward and be able to get everything going the right way. It's the summertime. Don't bring anything negative. And if we bring things negative, it's not wise for us. And summertime is always the best time, just like our tonight's podcast though, is relaxed chat. And the last one though that popped out, this one here is a squirrel. Get ready for big changes. So big changes are going to be happening. Yeah. All right. And are you ready?
Yes, I am. And when you said squirrel, I just it's because he has to hide all his nuts.
So true. So true. So.
Okay, I drew three cards. I don't know why I said five. And it's rather interesting because the first card I pulled was the Page of Cups. The second was the King of Swords. The third was the Page of Wands.
Okay.
And first of all, one of the things I want to say before I actually look at the cards again, I have said for some time, and you know this, I do not believe Trump or Biden will be the candidates come the 2024 election.
Yeah.
I believe that, first of all, I'm not sure that either of them will be health-wise able to deal with it. I believe there's going to be two dark horses come in, especially on the Democratic side. We do not know. I mean, here in the States, there's all kinds of Republican candidates running. It would not surprise me if Christie gets it. But as for the Democrats, there does not seem to be anyone of any that's doing anything right now. And I have said for a while, it'll be a dark horse that'll come in, especially on the Democratic side. And I think the Republican side will see one least expected. Okay. And the second thing is you call him Mr. Orange. No, Mr. What did you call him? Chris?
I called him actually carrot, like basically orange carrot top and all that. So
I was listening to, I believe it was Al Jazeera, and there was a reporter on there who's absolutely hysterical. He called him Pumpkinhead. And every time you saw a picture, it was the right profile and everything, but it looked like a pumpkin. And I just had to laugh because it's like, no. Anyway, so of the three cards that I drew, my first impression is he wants to be a king, but it's not going to happen because he's not going to be able to handle it. And the Page of Rods kind of indicate to me that if he does get into the office of president, he will not be able to. It's like the king carrying a stick instead of a scepter. Does that make any sense? Okay, I thought I had the right words. And the more I look at this, the more I keep thinking it's just saying, because the King of Swords could also be cutting short the term, so to speak, or cutting short the career. And with the Page of Wands, the same thing with Biden not making it to making it into the race, the election, the presidential race. And then I pulled the last card, which was the Hermit. And I know this whole thing was about Trump, which throws kind of a little bit different light on the cards that I pulled. But in this, the hermit is going away from me holding a lamp. And it's almost like it's saying, because of what's going to happen, a Pumpkinhead will wind up running away to hide forever. There's something's going to happen that will stop him. And that's also what the King of Swords is saying. Something is going to cut it short.
Yeah, well, with that there, what I would have to say though is there's another state though that's actually that's coming up shortly. I think that one is actually Georgia again. I think that's who it is. But I know right now, I think it's actually Kentucky or Tennessee is actually fighting it's taking actually Trump to court. But
that's Georgia.
Okay, all right. But there is another actually state that's also going to be taking. Now, the great thing, though, is, like, since I live here in Canada, we get all the information from about the States, but the States doesn't get anything about Canada. Anyways, those that up here in Canada, we get to see things, more information, right? And we follow more within the States. Now, I wish it was sort of the same, actually, there in the States, following more information with Canada. Because a lot of people still think though that we live in icebergs, and those things all year round. But no, we don't. But yeah, no. Another great thing though is that's comical with that though. I remember growing up hearing stories about people that live actually in the States. All of a sudden, they want to come here to Canada, and they want to go skiing. But they're always told from the border, they're always, hey, if you want to go skiing, you got to go way, 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 way up north, up towards the pole, like the North Pole and all that. Most Americans are like, what?
But well, can't remember who was telling me that, or where I was reading that they said that Michigan has more ski resorts than Canada.
Yeah.
Or Ontario, I think it is more, and it's supposedly just that much north of Michigan.
Yeah, and it's and it's like, gosh, like again, most people though that don't realize though that, hey, most Canadians live south of the state's borders.
Yeah.
Right, because if
you just gotta love it.
Yeah, because if you literally take the north area of the states, up towards Manitoba and everything else, if you go straight across, right, and you'll be surprised though that, hey, a lot of people actually live like south of the state's border.
I know. The misconceptions of Canada, don't you know, eh? I'm sorry. That was terrible, and I apologize. I quite often listen to Al Jazeera, Der Spiegel, and BBC. Not BBC America, just the BBC. And some of the viewpoints they have of America, it's like, is this what country are we talking about? I mean, just some of the misconceptions that are of the States. It's hysterical.
Paranormal can happen at any time, so that's why our Etsy store is always open. Get your paranormal items from cleansing to protection to attraction, all available now on our Etsy store. Search HauntingLIVE.
Yeah, and like I know growing up though, I always used to go down the States quite a bit. That was up until, gosh, I would say over 20 years ago, I stopped going. So that's how long it's been for me without going to the States. But a lot of things, though, I do follow still actually on YouTube. A lot more States information. But the funny thing, though, up here is so many people think, though, that everything up here is made with maple syrup.
Yeah. No, that's Vermont. Come on.
Well, yeah. Well, Canada, though, is one of the top actually producers for maple syrup. But the thing though is the States also carries maple syrup. So for myself,
well, I think the thing is with Vermont, they maximize that for their tourism.
Yeah.
And I don't think Canada plays it up as much as Vermont.
No, because we're so used to that, right? So, but and it's funny though, because again, those like most Americans that usually come here to Canada, like probably first or second time though, it's like, oh my gosh, there's like maple syrup actually everywhere. But I know for you though that you've been up here a couple times, right?
Yeah,
So you're probably like, okay, maple syrup, who cares about that?
I can get that out to every place else.
Yeah.
In fact, there's several maple syrup uh, things right in my neck of the woods. There's quite a few trees that are tapped for that. But what I find interesting, I was back and forth between Sarnia and PH a lot of times when I was going to college there. So Canada is an extension of PH, or PH is an extension of
Of
Sarnia. I'm
Sarnia,
not sure
yeah, yeah,
which.
yeah. Well, the way I've always heard it though is Port Huron is extension of Sarnia.
Oh, okay,
All right,
I'll go with that.
that's the way I've always heard it. For those that don't really understand though, only thing that's dividing though is a river. That's pretty much it. Now this river though, you can swim across, but it would take you a little bit longer. It's all because the great ships actually go up there. And it's one of
And
the
if you're lucky, you don't get hit by one.
So true, so true. Well, so far this year, I have not seen underneath the one channel here underneath YouTube. It is for Port Huron Live. Compared to last year and the year before, there was people surfing actually in that water.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
So
it's done.
yeah,
I'm not sure why, but it's done.
yeah.
People are strange. Can I give you a little story about the boats going through the channel?
Go ahead.
You hear the boats all the time, and it becomes background noise. You don't really hear them. And then the ice forms, and they're no longer on the river, and you miss them. And hearing that first boat in the spring is like, it's springtime. Yes, summer's not far behind. I mean, it's just a joyous sound. It's all I can explain. And everybody kind of feels the same way about it. So just a little story.
Yeah. Well, what was surprising though this year that they actually started in early March.
Oh,
Yeah, they started off in early March, which was pretty surprising, but they normally start the ships actually up down the lane that laneway, usually in late April. So this year here, I guess the water didn't freeze that much, and again though the climate up here is getting so weird though, because here in Canada, not near where I live though, but we actually had fires big time. We usually don't get fires, so that like as bad as what we had them, and the smoke actually did go to the states. Eva Eva
experienced it
Eva
here.
Eva couldn't go outside because of the air quality, but it was so bad this year, and I think it's because of the global the global is so much changing.
Yeah, it's
So
time we woke up and started realizing this is the only planet we have. We can go traveling to space, but first of all, it's going to take us hundreds of thousands of years to get to a habitable planet at the rate that we are going. I mean, or at the speed that we can achieve right now. And then we're really not sure. What happens if there's people living there or intelligent beings?
yeah.
You know, we don't know. Yeah, I know, ancient aliens. Me and my aliens.
You were just reading my mind, girl.
And I have another little story. I was on campus. God, I'm sounding like the old people that I used to listen
You're
to.
not old, girl. You're still young. You're what? What was that again?
I
Though
know.
45 plus also that tax stuff.
Yeah, shipping and handling. And I can remember I was part of the first Earth Day celebration at Central Michigan University. Fire up chips. And some of the things that were said in 1972, people laughed at because it'll never happen. Well, guess what? It did. And it's bad. And it's not going to get any better until we wake up and start working together as a world, not as separate nations, to eliminate all the what's the word? The carbons in the air. Drawing a complete blank.
I know which one you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure our listeners will be able to sit back and listen.
Yeah,
to.
I'm sure somebody will come on and say, "Hey, don't you know what it is?" And they will. That was one of the things. We've got to go into renewable energies. We have got to start watching how much we're building, because and this was said in 1972. China is the fastest building country in the world. This was in 72. And they predicted by 2000, there will be so much concrete made, buildings of concrete, that it will affect the tilt of the earth. Guess what?
It's happening.
It has happened already.
Yeah.
So global warming, that's a part of it.
Yeah. Well,
sorry, I'll get off my soapbox.
While we're talking about that, I will show you the card that popped up. Now, for those, again, those like great when Eva was just talking, I'm shuffling the cards, and again, though, the card that popped out of my deck of animal cards,
interesting,
is Squirrel. And again, though, this one here is get ready for big changes. So we were just talking about the global, about sort of things start changing, and yeah, it's just becoming so weird though lately. So. So let us know what underneath our Spotify. What we're going to do is we're going to have a question down, which will be, what do you guys think about the big changes? You guys can actually be able to comment on that. Listen to us underneath Spotify. That will be anywhere wherever you guys go. Don't need to actually have YouTube always up at all times. Spotify, it is free to upload. Download us actually underneath Divine Oracle Readings. Again, those we're going to be changing it sometimes, probably in September. It's going to be changing to Divine Spiritual Messages is what it's going to be changed to. But you guys can still type in Divine Oracle Readings and be able to find us there. Well, now, do we want to let them know what next week's show is going to be by any chance?
Sure. All
right, go right ahead.
No, you do it.
Okay. All right. So next week, though, we will be live here underneath YouTube. Not underneath Spotify, but we will be live underneath YouTube. It will be posted to Spotify. But the thing, though, is we're going to be doing live free readings. Again, though, that's going to be live free readings. So that's what we're going to be doing. And we do actually encourage you guys to send in your questions. You guys can be able to go underneath down below and also be able to find out our email addresses. We do encourage you guys to send actually emails to us with your questions and start caring more. All right. That's one thing though that this world is lacking though, is caring for others. You're always caring for yourselves, but start caring for others. Go ahead, Eva.
I was just going to say, that was kind of what we discussed a little bit in our one on hatred.
Yeah.
Caring for other people, that's what a lot of the sacred scriptures, take your pick, have said, that we do have to care about each other or we're not going to go anywhere. That's what the love thing is all about. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. I bring that back up because, I mean, it's a perfect example of what that means. And I think so many people forget that. And they become super religious. And next thing you know, they're saying, well, we can't have you because you're gay. We can't have you because you're black. We can't have you because you're a woman. Excuse me, we're all breathing the same air.
Yeah, and that's
sorry.
It's so true. It's so true. It's like there's a great song actually out there. It's an indigenous song, and it's called "Why." So WHY. Why is a song. Sit back, listen to the song. But today, though, for those that are actually within the Indigenous community. We were given some really sad news today. For those that don't really know, but Buffy, though, that did write the song for Sinead O'Connor, though, that just recently passed away. She is going to be retiring. So again, those Buffy is going to be retiring. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, though, feel free to type in. I see some people actually kind of popping in underneath our numbers. But yeah, Buffy is officially going to be retiring. She's done so much, though. She was part of the movement for the women and also for the Indigenous communities. She's actually done some producing actually for some movies. So I'm pretty sure Eva's actually heard of her through me.
Buffy St. Marie?
Yeah.
Oh my God, where have you been? I've known about her for years.
Yeah, she is. She's so cool.
Well, Buffy St. Marie was part of the original folk music era, and I always loved her songs then. I didn't realize she was writing for Sinead.
Yeah. So
that shows you how well I know the people out there.
Yeah. So the song, though, that she did, though, is the one song, though, that was number one. And I can't fully think of it. My mind's totally blank right now because I'm actually more tuned into the podcast. But yeah, she's actually done some writing. She's also done some movies in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So she is officially retiring. It was officially announced today. So
sorry.
So we're losing a great
part of my youth has died.
Yeah. Part of what?
Part of my youth has died.
Yeah, she was a great lady, though. So
yes, she was.
Yeah, it's like
she is. Not was. She is.
Yeah. So for those that are tuning in right now, is if you guys want to type in some questions, we've got some cards here for you. Next week, though, we're going to be live. We're going to be doing readings. We're going to do free readings, though. You guys will be able to see us. But yes, if you guys want a quick little mini reading, go ahead.
And when you do see us, don't turn it off. We're okay.
Yes. Yeah, even though that we may look a little bit funny. So
we won't talk about that.
Well, girl, I know I'm always funny, but gosh, you're gorgeous.
Bless you, bless you, bless you.
It's like,
like I say, I want to take you home.
Well, we are home.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah. So again, though, is what's coming up in your area? Anything lately?
Starting, I believe, last week, we now have a round of our county fairs. Huron, Tuscola, St. Clair, Sanilac. Sanilac is starting tonight or tomorrow night with the fireworks display. And I know there's others coming up, but I don't know what they are right offhand. There's also a lot of festivals that are going to be starting because of the harvest season, blueberry festivals. I know Blueberry Festival, the Lavender Festival, all these different things that are coming up that are, like end of summer. And the thing is, sadly, now that it's the end of summer, school's got 3 weeks to start.
Yeah.
It's like, where did this go?
Yeah.
I read one saw one on Facebook. It went, this is how the year goes: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Well, the years go by so fast.
Well, you know what it is, don't you?
Is it from us getting older?
Who?
Is it from us getting older?
No, the aliens are playing with time on us, so that we really don't know where we're at, and we get so confused. And it'll be easier for them to take over. Think about that.
Yes. So
that's why we're off the wall.
So true. But yeah, so again, though, join us next week. We're going to be live at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing readings. Again, though, this is absolutely free. Check us out. Check us out underneath our podcast, underneath Spotify. It's absolutely free to upload. We're underneath Divine Oracle readings, so check us out there. Also, check out our new website, which is actually HauntingLIVEpodcast.com. A lot of great things actually on there. But yes, a lot is happening right now. And again, though, join us for next week for readings.
Well, whenever I go to Port Huron, Poho, I always stop at an Arby's because that's the one thing we do not have in our area. And I always get the Arby's special or Arby whatever, the beef and cheddar.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't have that without some kind of soda. Pop. And I'm still belching from that pop, and I apologize.
It's all right. It's all right. Just before we go, do you guys have the maple bacon over there?
Yeah, you can get in the stores. I don't know how true the maple bacon is.
No, from Arby's.
Oh, I never had that.
No? Okay.
I'll have to give that a shot.
Yes, it's actually really good. So, but again, those we do.
Nummy.
Sorry?
I said nummy.
Yes. Yeah. So again, those we do say thanks a lot for everybody that's tuned in. If you guys have missed us, watch us on playback. Again, those listen to us underneath Spotify for Divine Oracle readings. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Book for your private readings with Gypsy Lady Eva at gypsyladyeva49@gmail.com or book with Brother Chris at divineoraclereadings@gmail.com.
So now what?
You could have listened to the radio. You could have spun some vinyl. You could have played a cassette
I
tape.
just gotta press the one button.
But you listened to...
Is Divine Oracle Readings underneath Spotify. Another great podcast to listen to is Haunting Live Podcast with your host Trevor, interviewing tons of people throughout the world. Listen underneath any of your podcast providers.